So story time. A couple of weeks ago, created a post around mental models and the importance of forming or identifying users' mental models, especially in the age of AI. And while visiting or vacationing on the West Coast, where I spent some time as a kid here recently, reminded me of an experience that I had that I think illustrates the importance of mental models in our products and services. As a kid transitioning from Dallas, Texas to Southern California. I had spent my whole life here in the DFW area, and so it was a really big move for my family to move to California, where my stepdad had spent a lot of his life. When we got there, his mom wanted to prepare a meal for us to kind of welcome us to town, and she asked me what my favorite meal was. And as a kid, breakfast as dinner was kind of my jam. And so I chose bacon, eggs with toast as our dinner. And as she went and prepared that meal, there was a buildup of excitement. Maybe this place wouldn't be so bad. And when the meal came out, I was instantly disappointed. I had formed a mental model of what breakfast was, specifically a bacon, egg, and toast breakfast. And she had her own mental models. The bacon that I was used to was usually thin and crispy, and she prepared a very thick bacon with the rind on it, which I had never experienced before. The eggs she fried, and I was always used to scrambled eggs. And even on the toast, they use a toaster oven, and then they use the room temperature butter on the toast, where my grandmother back home would butter the bread first and then bake it, and it melted into the bread and kind of gave it this texture and look that I was used to. I think we as companies do this a lot, where we think we know what users want, what they need, and then we believe that our products and services have value. And so a lot of times we think as we are the user, and we provide these products and services based on our own understanding and not the user's understanding. When we don't include users in this thought process of building products and services, it's very transactional. You have a need, I have a solution, and there you go. I think there's something important in here too, is that the meal had value outside of just the sustenance portion of it. Yes, it provided the nutrition I needed. Yes, I wasn't hungry. It was a meal. There's a transactional value there. But if you think about what the goal was, it missed the mark. Instead of this meal being welcoming, taking a piece of home into this new place, it actually did the opposite. It was highlighting the differences in this new place that I was. And these mental models that our users have are important in designing intuitive products and services. It takes us from being transactional to meaningful in users' day-to-day lives. How do we go about forming these mental models and not falling into this transactional value trap that I think a lot of us fall into? I think one, you have to spend time understanding the intent and context in where your products or services are being used by users to help get a deeper understanding of their why. A lot of times there's something a little deeper than I need a thing, and so or I have a problem, and then this tool is going to help me solve that problem. That's a very transactional, very cold, very tech way to look at things, in order to infuse some human elements in what we're doing. Gaining that context and that intent is important. Another way to align with users' mental models is to understand if there's certain standards, benchmarks that they have been using outside of the product or service that you are offering. Is there a benchmark that they're used to that you are either not considering or maybe even violating in some cases? And then lastly, I think an important key is to test and circulate your understanding of a user's goal. You can do that through posting your personas after you get that feedback, journey maps, to as many people as on the project as possible, so that there's opportunities for discussion on what those mental models may be. And I always say that user experience is a responsibility of a team. As a user experience professional, it's not my job to dictate an experience on the company or the user, but really to facilitate what that experience should be. Understanding these mental models is absolutely crucial to building and maintaining intuitive experiences. It's just good design. And as I like to say, good design is good business. Until next time.